Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. Today I have in my shop this wonderful 2004 Lexus GX470, and this one traveled already incredible 385,000 miles. But the circumstance why it's in my shop, it's very scary. Apparently, the owner was driving in the town the other day, and suddenly the engine stopped running. I was not able to deal with it. I was booked for 2 weeks. So he took it to a different shop, and we think that 1 hour diagnostic, check bunch of stuff, and they peaked apparently inside of the engine, and they said the timing belt is broken. This Lexus is equipped with the V8 4.7 liter. The model it's 2UZ-FE, and that's unfortunately interference engine, which means if the timing belt breaks, there is a probability that the piston, which is going up and down, will unfortunately hit a valve or valves. The owner gave me the service history. We are the Toyota Lexus number geeks, correct? So the service history, the timing belt was done at 309,000 miles, and now it has 385,000 miles. So it traveled approximately 76,000 miles in 3.5 years, and now the belt most likely it's gone regarding to the other shop. So the shop said it's done. Considering age, mileage, it's not worth fixing. Replacement engine will be approximately 10 grand. I agree that most likely this engine is done, which is very unfortunate. We were kind of hoping for 500,000 miles on this Lexus with the owner. Through the years I know him. So let's go and open it. He convinced me, hey, I don't want to get rid of it. I have a hope there's nothing wrong with it. I hope the belt can be replaced and it will be still driving and we can reach that 500,000 miles. Statistically, it's gone, but let's go. I said, okay, I will do that. I will not replace the engine for you. I agree with the other shop, but I will go, if you want to pay me, I will go take it apart and really assess the damages and see what happened to it. So let's go and do that. This is what you see when you open the hood. So in comparison with Toyota, the Lexus has all these plastic covers all over the engine bay area. This will be what we know from Toyotas. Here you can see some progress, coolant coming out of there, but we still cannot see any part of the timing belt yet. Here we have a first hint that something's wrong with the timing belt. Do you see how loose it is? Look at it. So it's completely just sitting there. I have another cover off, and I think we have an answer. Here I see some damage on the timing belt. However, I can see the damage right here. It snapped. Oh wow, look at it. Look at that. It's an absolute disaster with a faulty part. Wow, pretty unbelievable. Is it pinched down there or will it come? I don't think it wants to come out. Yep. If I was just not filming it, if I just grab it with two hands, it will be easier. Here we go. So this is the part. What will be the best way to show it? Look at it, absolute junk. 3.5 years, 76,000 miles, and it snapped, it broke. And looking at all of these components, it's becoming clear the failure was the timing belt itself. This water pump, for example, after 76,000 miles is a zero play, there's nothing. It's absolutely tight. Here is the hydraulic tensioner, it didn't fail or loosen or anything. Idler. These pulleys has a absolute minimal play. Nothing is damaged around here, everything's fine. It's just the belt. The belt snapped and caused this chaos. Here is the hydraulic tensioner, which I just removed from the vehicle. I need to carefully press the pin in, slowly put the clip in to get it ready for install. You can hopefully see that pin in the place. Little hint for everybody, always press it in very slowly and this way, never this way. Here is a perfect proof that it's good to be hoarder, because this is 2UZ-FE, that's the engine which is here. Old timing belt, it's a Toyota, which was removed from one of the vehicles. I did the timing belt job on it and I kept one of them for 2UZ-FE, because you never know when you will need it. And sure enough, here we are, the day we need it just to test that engine, if it's okay or not. I am able to use it for a testing because by some miracle it's absolutely unbelievable. But the marks for the cams and also crank, they were still barely visible. I mean, barely, but still visible. When you are installing the timing belt, little hint which will help you immensely. You go very slightly past to the right, clockwise, and that helps you to set correctly the spot on the bottom. There is a mark on it, I hope you can see it, and it's perfectly matching, and it's easier to put it around that main crank when you go slightly past on both tops, because there is still not a tensioner, the hydraulic tensioner installed here, so the slack, everything, all of this cooperates with you. It's easy to have it perfectly on the bottom, otherwise you will be fighting the bottom. Now I can install the hydraulic tensioner, and this is the first time I will be able to start turning this engine and see if it's damaged or not. So these clamps, which were helping to hold it in the place, can go where they belong. I can pull the pin, hopefully you can see it, which releases the tension of the hydraulic tensioner on the tensioner pulley. I will install the harmonic balancer, and we will be rotating the bottom twice, which means the cams will turn once. We will see if they will end up in the same timing, and most importantly, if they will even let me to rotate it. Hopefully there are not bent valves in the cylinders and so on and so on. So let's see what can we do here. I don't have to install the timing cover, the bottom one, to see the timing here to the 0, because there's another mark down there on that pulley, and on the front of the engine there is a white dot. Am I able to show it? Oh yeah, do you see that white dot and that protrusion in that pulley? So that will also help me to see that I'm at 0 timing. 22mm half drive ratchet. Let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, this was just the bolt reaching the harmonic balancer. Here we go. I'm starting. You always rotate it clockwise only, you never go the other way. And we want to check if the pistons will hit possibly any valves. We will check if we have compression, we will feel it. And we have to arrive, the cams have to arrive in the same spot with the mark on the bottom pulley. If you consider this is interference engine, this is absolutely unbelievable that I'm able freely rotate it. Of course, it doesn't mean we don't have damage valves, very slightly, but I'm able to rotate it. I see my mark on the bottom. Here she's coming. So I'm looking down there and watching the bottom. I'm perfect. And sure enough, the top, both cams end up in the correct place. This is fantastic for now. And there is a lot of stuff which should go back, but do I really need these for a testing of the engine? Can it stay this way? What do you think? I don't need power steering, I don't need alternator. The water pump will be running, so this should be covered so it's not spraying geysers of coolant. I don't need AC. I don't need any of that. I just will need to hook the sensors, like a main crank sensor, but that's actually not disconnected. You have to look for the electronics and obviously put the intake here. But after that, I should be able to hook the battery back and test the engine. So I got essentials hooked. All the vacuum hoses and so on, I believe they are correctly connected. Electrical wiring harness, I believe, is correctly connected. I can't believe that it's running. And how often do you see 2UZ-FE running without the covers? Look at it. Guys, I don't know what's happening. This is absolutely unbelievable. So far, we will see if we have any codes for misfires. We'll see if we have a some of the valves, if they are bad or they are not seated properly due to the very slight bend, there will be misfires in certain cylinders. But this blows my mind. 2UZ-FE engine, we should be completely done after timing belt exploded and it's totally running. We don't have any cooling, so I will go and turn it off really quickly. That was yesterday, so I have overnight fully charged the battery because the alternator is not producing any electricity, it's disconnected. Let's go and see for a very short time. We have no coolant, the pipes are hooked, but we have no coolant. Let's go and see what will be, how it will run, what's happening. I cleared codes yesterday also before the charging. Let's see what will happen here. It's super high idle, but that will make sense. There's no charging. Let's see if there are any codes pending, if anything's coming. Obviously it needs coolant, so I can run it for a very short time. That's all I can do, because I don't want to crack the engine from lack of cooling. The only way to find out if it's perfect will be remove all the spark plugs and do the compression test on every single cylinder, or just see if it has a misfires. I cannot run it enough without the coolant, so I will go ahead and make a phone call to the owner. I will talk with him all the options, because I'm trying to not waste too much money of his. It was his decision to try to see if the engine maybe survived. I will make the phone call and we will do the action based on his ideas, his ownership, and he needs to make decision. So what just happened? 2UZ-FE V8 4.7 liter interference engine should be dead when the timing belt breaks. It should be dead. Yet the engine runs perfectly. I personally can't believe this. This is a miracle. I think that's the bottom line. The miracle just happened. The engine, which is interference engine, should be destroyed after the timing belt pops and gives up. Yet look at it. We are cruising. I bled the air from the cooling system. The idle is perfect. I rescanned the computer multiple times. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Miracle. I like miracles. I'm happy for the owner. And it's absolute miracle at 384,844. I thought when he came with it, I thought this is the end of the car. I thought this Lexus was done, but I was wrong. It's absolutely happily driving. There's no slightest hesitation on it whatsoever. I can step on it within a reason. Oh yeah, it pulls like a maniac, like it should. This is guy's miracle. What do you say? What do you say, experts? 4.7 liter V8, 384,000 miles. It just survived its own death. It's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It runs perfectly. I guess it's confirmed. It's Toyota. It's a Toyota quality, Toyota reliability. And if you get Toyota or Lexus, this is what you get. Super high quality. This is unbelievable. I love it. Absolutely love this.